Alright, in this video we're going to discuss one of a couple tools we have in our toolbox for figuring out the size of our sample space. And remember that that's the bottom of our probability fractions. So this is going to help us figure out how big our sample space is without having to necessarily know exactly what that sample space looks like. And what the fundamental counting principle says is that if we make a series of independent choices the total possible number of outcomes is just the product of the number of choices that are available for each individual choice, which is a little weird. So number of options for choice 1 times number of options for choice 2 times number of options for choice 3 all the way down the list. And that can keep going for as many choices as we make. We're going to do an example because I think that makes it a little bit more clear. So in this example, we have an ice cream shop that has a build your own bowl deal for $5. You choose one of each from the following menu. How many different build your own bowl bowls can be built from this menu? And we see 4 choices that we're making. We're making a choice on the type of bowl, the flavor of ice cream, the toppings, and the sauce. And I know if I'm making 4 choices, I'm going to count options for choice 1, options for choice 2, options for choice 3, options for choice 4, and then I'm going to multiply. So let's go through the list, figure out the number of options. So I can see that there are 3 options for bowls. I can see that there are 6 options for flavor of ice cream. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like 5 options for topping. And then 3 choices for sauce. So the possible number of BYOBs that we can build is going to be 3 times 6 times 5 times 3. And I'm going to grab my calculator. I know 3 times 6 is 18. And then times 5 times 3, which gives me 810. So with this menu of bowls, ice cream, toppings, and sauce, I can make 810 different BYOBs. Once I've done that, now that I know the bottom of my probability fractions, I can start figuring out what proportion or what percentage of those BYOBs had chocolate chip toppings. What is the likelihood that a randomly selected bowl has hot fudge sauce? So this is the bottom of that probability fraction. And then we can start calculating probabilities for very specific events. If you have any questions on the fundamental counting principle, feel free to send me an email. Otherwise, I will see you in our next video.